Welcome, seekers of the crossroads. This is the 8th of 13 meditations in my ongoing series of guided journeys with Hekate, each one a lantern-lit passage into mystery. In these meditations, you will be guided to cross hallowed thresholds. You will awaken new aspects of yourself, uncover truths long hidden, and allow long silent strengths to rise. You will claim your own power, stand in the company of the sacred, and grow into the fullness of who you are becoming. Each time you return, whether to a single meditation or to the full cycle, you'll find new wisdom waiting along the path. Let your heart be open, your mind at ease, and your spirit ready to listen. A few notes before we begin. I find the use of scent beneficial to meditation. If safe and feasible for you, use a diffuser or incense, perhaps myrrh or frankincense, which are standard for meditation, or saffron or cedarwood, which are associated with Hekate. If you'd like to get the worksheet that accompanies this video, use the link in the description of the first video in the series, Hekate Brimo, to sign up for my newsletter. I've put a link to that video in the description below. When you sign up, I'll send you the first worksheet, and as the rest of the series is released, I'll automatically send you the worksheets for those as well. This journey requires your full presence. Step only into this liminal space when your body is safe and at rest. Let the outer world wait for you. Do not listen while driving, operating machinery, or attending to daily tasks, for your spirit must be free to wander here. Find a quiet place where no one will disturb you. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Let your body grow heavy and still. Choose a single point to focus on and let your gaze linger there. Soft, steady, unblinking. Draw your breath in deeply, filling the hollow of your chest, expanding the cavern of your lungs. Hold it for a heartbeat, savoring the fullness. Then release, slow and steady, like a sigh dissolving into night. Again, inhale deeply. Feel the cool air brush your nostrils. Expand within you and stir your ribs. Hold. And exhale, letting your body soften, your mind loosen. A third time, breathe in. Hold. As you exhale, allow your eyes to gently close. For a moment, just be here. Be aware of the darkness you're in with your eyes shut. Let your mind be quiet. If thoughts or concerns about what must be done arise, Simply notice them. Acknowledge them with a soft nod. And let them drift aside. They will wait. Remember, you are not your thoughts. Here, in this stillness, you are your soul, present, luminous, and on its own sacred journey. This is your time, your choice, your self-care. Whether your path is just beginning or has long been unfolding, this moment of meditation is meaningful, and you are worthy of this connection. Now, let your senses stretch out. Notice the gentle current of energy flowing beneath the earth, like a river, smooth and slow. Let it draw your heaviness down, down, and down. Feel that deep, steady heartbeat of the earth. Ancient, unhurried, eternal. This rhythm anchors you, connecting you to the hidden underworld. This is the throne of primordial mystery. It is the living current of the chthonic goddess herself. In her presence, you are held. In her depths, you are steady. The world above may shift and change, but here, you are rooted in her eternal earth. A scent rises to your nostrils. Incense lingers in the air, mingling with the smoke of torches. Now grounded in this scent and the deep pulse of the earth, you feel a stillness settle within you. And from this stillness, something begins to stir. A subtle opening. A soft beckoning. You are at the threshold of this world. And with one step, you cross the veil into that liminal space that is the realm of her mysteries. You are walking through a tunnel. The tunnel tightens, stone pressing closer with each step. breath becomes the only sound, steady but shallow. The air here is dense, close. It hums with the weight of what you've carried for others. Feel how the space around you narrows, how little room is left for your own breath, your own pulse. Think of the days when you said yes, though your bones whispered no. When your time was already full, but you found a way to fit another promise in. The tunnel draws in even tighter. Hear the faint resonance, metallic and distant, of every moment you gave beyond your means. These walls remember them all. That resonant sound, that hum, it might feel familiar, almost comforting in its repetition, until you realize it is not a hymn, but a hunger. Heat roils through the constricting tunnel. The stone grows warm beneath your fingertips, alive with the echoes of choices made in fear of disappointing, of seeming unkind, of standing alone. Here in this narrowing path, can you feel what it costs you to make yourself small enough to fit through every door that opens? You squeeze through that crevice-like opening and emerge into a deep, wide cave where lava flows far below. There is a sloping walkway to your left. You stride along it, grateful to be out of the tunnel. As you walk, you notice the other tunnels ahead, and that shift in energy that tells you Hekate is close. As you pass an opening, you see her standing several steps into the tunnel.
I am Hekate Brimo, the terrifying one,
she says, glancing at your lantern.
Your fire dims, child.
You feel a moment's confusion, for though she names herself terrible, there is nothing monstrous in her stillness. Yet when you lift your lantern, she is right. Its light has waned.
This is not from lack of spark,
she says,
but from too many hands drawing warmth that was never theirs to take.
Her gaze grows so intent that the weight of it holds you in place.
Battles can drain you, yes, but those wounds are known and tended. There are subtler ways your strength is stolen, the slow surrenders you no longer even see.
Though she stands composed and serene, there is something about her focus that hums with barely contained force. The air thickens, not dark, not light, but charged, as if the space itself were leaning toward you. A gentle tug stirs at your edges, drawing outward, subtle yet unmistakable. Hekate's gaze does not waver. Then as swiftly as it began, that pull ceases. Her voice breaks the stillness.
That was the echo of every time you gave from fear, from guilt, from duty emptied of love. The world will always draw from you if you do not discern what is sacred to keep. Know this, what is offered in love and received in love becomes light, and that light restores. But what is offered in fear or false peace feeds only the dark that drains you.
Her chin drops as she tilts her head toward you.
What is sacred must be protected.
You nod, knowing this is true. You've been nurturing sacred dreams since meeting Hekate Koratrophos, And Hekate Sotira taught you that you need not carry or manage everything. As if attuned to your thoughts, she says,
life begins.
Her expression softens into the nurturing calm of Korotrophos, then deepens into the grave poise of Chthoniya.
And life ends,
She continues.
You have responsibilities in your living, to your work, to those you love, but your time is sacred. Outside these true callings, every invitation and expectation placed upon you demands discernment. Every true yes is guarded by a holy no. To live in balance, you must know what nourishes you and what only drains.
The sound echoes from the dark ahead, drawing your gaze. A large shadow flutters along the tunnel wall. You glance toward Hekate, seeking guidance. She watches you calmly. The lesson has begun. You step from your tunnel to peer into the next. An enormous silhouette, vast and faceless, advances through the gloom. A figure wrought from iron and shifting smoke. It halts in the half-light and stands unmoving, as if awaiting judgment. You lift your lantern. Its glow slides across dull metal. This is not the gleam of a warrior's pride, but the heaviness of long-kept vows clinging to its frame, layer upon layer of duty, apology, and silence hammered into armor. Something in its stillness feels familiar. Each plate seems forged from moments when your heart yielded instead of speaking truth. When the torchlight trembles, you see the shadow the figure casts does not match its shape. The outline stretching long and dark across the stone is unmistakably your own. You turn, half expecting to see Hekate's lantern casting it, but though she stands behind you, her light does not reach this place. You face the armored form again. Its weight, its presence, are not of metal, but of memory. The manifestation of your own unspoken compromises and false yeses.
When you exhale,
Hekate says,
draw from your belly the smoldering embers of every moment you surrendered your own boundary.
The air thickens until it hums like a forge ready to roar, a chamber of reclamation poised to birth new strength.
What past shadows loomed and stilled your voice?
She asks.
What fear threatened you with the promise of loss should you refuse? What have you surrendered in the times you yielded a yes that betrayed your deeper knowing? You surrendered energy, sacrificed your voice and agency, and displaced your self-devotion for long enough.
Hekate says,
let the word no gather in your chest, a no so vast and deep it calls back every spark of power you relinquished throughout your life.
She gestures toward the armored figure.
Now speak that no.
Say no.
Again,
she commands.
Again. Again. Again.
With each declaration, the armor upon the figure shudders and fractures, and a plate falls away, and smoke unravels from between the seams, spilling like breath released after lifetimes of restraint. With every no you wield to protect your sacred self, your time, and your devotion, you strike hammer upon anvil. This is the sound of soul reclaiming shape. Hekate Brimo steps closer.
These no's you wield are not the shield of the selfish, but the boundary of the sovereign. They do not close the heart, they guard its rhythm. They are the lines that keep devotion from dissolving into depletion. I speak of the sacred refusal, born not of bitterness, but out of alignment, that honors balance, mutual respect, and the integrity of one's path. The refusal that says, my energy is not for misuse.
The armored figure, now hollow and open, bows once before collapsing into ash and glimmering cinders.
This is the noise of rebirth,
She says softly.
Your power was never gone, only unclaimed.
You lift your lantern. Its light stretches across the chamber, striking the walls where every echo of your no has become a spark suspended in the air, fragments of old agreements melting into golden dust.
Draw a circle in the air,
Hekate commands.
the boundary of what is sacred and yours to hold and protect.
You lift your hand. As your fingers trace the curve, the suspended gold dust stirs and gathers, flowing toward your motion. The circle forms in shimmering light, forged from the remnants of what was once lost. Those ashes are not gone. They are reborn, purified and refined in the fires of your becoming. Inspired by the molten veins within the cave, you breathe warmth into the symbol. It glows, soft at first, then steady, humming with quiet strength.
Now, draw a vertical line,
Hekate says.
from above the circle's crown to below its root.
You draw a single stroke through the circle's heart. It glows as it meets the other light.
This line does not divide,
She says.
but bridges above and below, within and without. It is the channel through which all balance flows. This is your seal, your vow to live by choice, not compliance.
You place your palm upon the glowing sigil. A pulse answers beneath your skin, steady as your heartbeat.
Say these words if you will.
Hekate says.
My no is sacred. It guards the sanctity of my flame. What I refuse, I free myself from. What I allow, I consecrate.
The symbol steadies, radiant and calm. Your lantern does not flicker. It flares, brighter than ever. Hekate inclines her head.
You have learned that sacred boundaries do not isolate. They define where your light begins.
As Hekate Brimo fades from view, you gaze at the spot where the armored shadow once stood, and you consider how it was not destroyed, but transformed into ashes that were integrated. Of course its strength was returned to you. That strength was always yours. A beam extends from your lantern, cutting a clear path into the tunnel that shadow previously guarded. The way before you is now open, and the next lesson awaits. You have wandered beyond the veil and considered new healthy limits and rules to protect your physical and emotional well-being. Be confident in your ability to say no without guilt and to communicate your needs clearly. Let this new positive responsibility for your own happiness anchor in your heart and feel it becoming part of you. Feel your body reawaken. Stretch your toes like a fox nosing through fallen leaves. and flex your fingers like steam lifting from a mug. Inhale the fullness of your power, and when the moment feels right, return to the waking world with eyes wide and soul aglow. I strongly suggest you make time to journal about this experience, as this will help you process the very personal meaning you brought to the exercise. And it will allow you to reflect on this as you look back after completing more of the meditations in this series. Remember, to get the worksheet that accompanies this video, use the link in the description of the first video in the series, Hekate Brimo, to sign up for my newsletter. And when you do, I'll email you the worksheet I prepared for this meditation and those for the rest of the series as they are released. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. The journey continues in Hekate Trivia, She Who Rules the Three Roads. I hope to see you there. If you're enjoying this series, please like the videos and leave comments. That truly helps others find these meditations and helps my channel grow. As the roads divide, so too they meet. Take this lesson with you and use it to redefine your boundaries as necessary. May Hekate guide your steps until the mystery brings you back.